have been through. You've turned my pit into a well. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, Wadum.
The secret that he don't know is the respect that he had for me. You know, we know that if you don't honor somebody, he can't come to you like that. But he honor me, he respect me, and I do also. Apostle Ernest, I respect you.
He prophesied and said, next time that I come, we will not worship here anymore. We will find a place. So when we went back to Ghana, not up to 4 weeks, we get a new place.
And that I came into contact with you. It's been a great blessing, spiritually, physically. You've been there for us, and sometimes it amazes me the control you have over the things of God. I mean, you are so organized, and when it comes to deliverance ministry, wow, it's amazing.
Oba efia, ya papa your bad time. Obi eni mo obi biem. Ya papa you obi a onka obi nche. Ya papa you obi a dia wunyim no oboa wo ma wo. Ya papa you obi a dia wuntumi cross wo betumi aye. Ya papa you obi a ompe bone. Oka no kre. Sani asem ne tie no saa na ya papa kan.
You obi a no kwase me o serious. I can't serious so pa seriousness onye ene we would give for not just number one.
So I am no kwafo and on I am it's a wo by no to me yen basa basa na wo by no so anya basa so wo to twa
Who has changed my story? Who has given me a song? Turn my mourning into dancing. It is you and just your grace.
In Mafidugama Didoma in the Volta region of Ghana lived a selfless and committed Church of Pentecost presiding elder by name Elder Emmanuel Kofi Adeti. Unable to go into full-time pastoral ministry, it was his heart's desire that his first son or children will become pastors to work in the house of the Lord. God was faithful, and Elder Adeti and his wife, Madame Akosia Adeti, were blessed with a son on Thursday, the 9th of December 1971, in Savlugu in the northern region, where Elder Adeti was then working. He named his son after a dedicated colleague white man, Ernest, who also served God and man in all honesty. The then newborn is the man we celebrate today. This is the glorious story surrounding the birth and beginning of life of noble Apostle Ernest Adeti.
Actually, I didn't know my father's hometown. We live our life, most of our life we live in a Kumasi Asante region and Sefi, it's a part of Sefi, because my dad used to do some farming, transfer to that area, and we live and continue our education from Sefi. And he was having a calling, but he refused. And he said he had dedicated his firstborn to that calling. So actually that's what my father and my dad told me, that he said in vow that he will not go to the calling, but any child that God will give it to firstborn son, he will dedicate that child to the work of God. So it's like someone, like Hannah, dedicating to the altar. So that's what my dad told me. So when I was growing up, my dad said, the things I used to do, he named me, actually he named my Ernest after a good friend, a best friend, who's a white man. And the reason why he named me after that man, the man was very diligent, serious, truthful, very, very justice, and he loved him. He loved him because of the character of the white man he used to work with from outside. So he didn't tell me the country the man came from. But what he told me was, he named me because I asked him one day that he have named all his children's name from the Bible: Joshua, Emmanuel, James, Ephraim, Ruth, Dinah, Hannah, Sarah, all of them. But why me alone, Ernest? And he began to tell me the story. My dad used to tell me, he said, when I was growing up, he took us to Sunday school. I've gone through Sunday school. the Sunday school, everything, the questions that they will ask. Every time I'll be the first to answer, and I'll be answering certain questions that is strange. Because in the Bible, and when in our class, anything you talk about religions, you see difference. So he tell the teachers that my son is dedicated to God. So that knowledge, that wisdom has been there from my childhood.
Apostle Ernest Adeti, taking on the call of God was a fulfillment of my father's desire. And in fact, because of that, all of us, even though all of us were following the footsteps of our father, he too has been an inspiration, like as an elder brother taking on the steps. We are also following his footsteps, not to do anything that will also affect the ministry. Because of that, all of us, including me, I haven't entered into a full-time. The one who followed me in the is Emmanuel Adeti, is a full-time pastor in the Church of Pentecost. The one who followed me, Ebenezer, too, is an elder in the Church of Pentecost. And all my siblings, or our siblings, all of them are all doing well in the gospel business.
Due to the nature of his father's work, the family moved around the country. Thus, Papa began his primary education in Savlugu, continued to the Seshi Anglican Junior High School, and then to Asanteman Secondary School in Kumasi, before entering the Awaso Commercial Institute for Tertiary Education, where he studied business. At age 17, though a student, he had become an evangelist winning souls for Christ. He later took up trading where he was successful, but laid down his tools to fully take up the work of God to fulfill the promise of his father to the Almighty and also attend to a divine job he cherished so much. His zeal and commitment towards God's work saw him accept several leadership positions, such as new convert class teacher and prayer warrior, among others.
I did business management, economics, and I do all this secretarial work. I used to do typewriter. I know how to type. I had a typewriter, the old ones, I have them. I used to typewriter, then you see you push through it. So I educated myself to that, at that level. I started preaching from car to car. Then I do evangelism. We go for mountains. We do a little small rallies for the Church of Pentecost. You know that I was in Pentecost. I wasn't an elder actually, but almost like working like an officer, but I wasn't elder. I wasn't a deacon that time. But because of the calling, I knew I have the calling. So and my focus, if I'm working still, I concentrate more about God's work.
The essence of my praise, it's because of your great
In 1994, Apostle moved to settle in Tema, where he continued worshiping with the Church of Pentecost and was promoted to deaconship. He got married in 2000 after he met his wife, evangelist Mrs. Bella Adeti, in 1999. They are blessed with 3 sons. He started a prayer fellowship, and as the years went by, membership of the gathering grew, resulting in the establishment of a church. Prior to that, he enrolled to Maurice Cerulo Elijah Institute of Evangelism. The present place became the location of the church building after God revealed and directed him in a vision. Around the 28th of October 2004, the leadership of the prayer ministry couched the name Elkanah Prayer Ministries for the church.
When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea.
One evening we went from Park, Mexico. I was at night praying. The Lord showed me the place and gave me a name, Community 3. That time I didn't know the place. The only place I know is Community 2, Community 1, then Nungwa, because I used to support one woman of God, Community Nungwa barrier, called Kadamantu. She too was a Pentecost deaconess. So every time I used to walk before. I walk from Community 2, past the beach road, and enter into Sakomono. That's the time they build the new parliament house is there. So I used to walk there, then I'll go to Ngwa and support the woman of God. The woman was having a fellowship there. So most of you being my pastors, Pastor Eli and them, that's where I picked them. I used to go with them. So that they will follow me, then we go. Then go and pray. So people, let's go and we'll do prayers there. So I used to even carry people on, we took them on buses and go and do some prayer. Then we return back to Tema, they will come back to their church. So when I saw that vision, that God showed me that go to Committee 3, a place, there's a tree, a neem tree, and a mango tree between the two. And I saw that fire there. There's a fire burning between the mango tree and the neem tree. So one morning, I think I wake up and I call. After Pastor Moses was with me, Pastor Eli was with me, and one guy, he is not with us now, called Sesu, and another son called Isaac. They were with me, so I told them they should escort me to a place called Committee 3. I don't know the place, but what I've seen something I want to go and see if it's really is. I didn't tell them the vision and the truth. So when we drove from my car. I have a car called Cadet, one door Cadet. And that car I've given to one of my uncle. So we drove that car and then we came. At time, all these places, Committee 3 places, all were, it's not like this before. From Shamokwes area to all this place was bush, very bush. Bush like you see on the other side. Yeah. So we park at Shamokwes Street door. Then we just walk. And I told them, I've seen them something, we want to come into the bush. So we walk, we passed the bush and we went to the other side where we want to build our main new auditorium now. I saw the tree there, there's a tree we cut there. I saw that tree, I said no, it's not this one. So that time under this tree, there are certain churches we call this generation. And they used to do prayers there. So we saw them, they were praying. And we went there. Then one guy called me and said, what do people want? I said, oh, we want a place to fellowship, to pray. So immediately I said, and the guy said, I said, under this tree, people can go there. So when we went there, then I saw the two trees. 2002, I left to start a prayer meeting in the Committee 3 where we are now, under the trees, praying. So the main church, 2002, we started prayer. It was a prayer meeting. So the main came out 2004 to 6. That's when we started our Sunday service. So 2002, 2003, we were still doing the prayer session. We come, we do prayer until I went to Morris Arena Conference in the US. When I came, then the ones Sunday, I said we started Sunday service to start our main service. That the church attached to the prayer meetings. So our ministry began from 2002.
As the church grew, the prophetic ministry followed, after which the apostolic mantle and grace was released upon him. The unction took him to several sacred places, including Israel, to acquire more knowledge from pictorial artifacts of the Great Commission of the Apostles. Through his ministry, many miracles bordering on childbirths, healing and deliverance from demonic oppression, acquisition of visas, employment, marriages happened by God's grace. Papa has been proactive and desirous, preaching the gospel through organized crusades and evangelism, which has resulted in establishing branches both nationally and internationally. Currently, the membership of the church stands at about 1,000 members, including associate pastors trained to ably support the vision bearer. The heartbeat of every church is the youth ministry. Therefore, Apostle has outlined a number of godly plans and opportunities to empower the youth with entrepreneurial skills to unearth and develop their talents and gifts in order to run the affairs of the ministry in the near future.
I have a plan for maybe next year. That's why I haven't shown up yet. So that I can have a retreat or a conference for them. That one will not be the local alone. Go international. For other churches, they will be part of it. So I can take them to a 3 days powerful conference. And I will invite such men of God, great men to come. In past, one of a friend that I love so much is Bishop Kanfosa. He's had that gift, that impact the youth. We have that vocational school too in our vision. It's part of that vision here. The church we are building there, so we'll be a vocational school here to train our youth. For those who are doing the sewing, so we have some of them, we put them into synchrons. We have been paying their fees and everything for them. We have been doing the church have been doing quietly, not openly. But some of them, when they complete, they come and thank God, and they will mention it. That is Papa who supported to go for this also. So that one, the vocational school is part of our vision. We build a place to train people, electrical side, maybe any other things that you want them to learn, like catering service, anything, mason, welding, and other things. So you can pull them. Or some of them, we bring them into media, put them so to put some of them in the choir, fit some of them in the prayer warrior, fit some of them in. We want them to pull them into the evangelism team, but it's not working now, very effective. So they too can, some of them, they have that zeal. When it comes to be going out, for share, we share trust and other thing, the youth can be part of it.
In whatever God has installed in Papa for us, we shall use it and utilize it to the maximum.
Apostle's zeal and dexterity with which he is able to deal with people from different backgrounds and doctrines stems from his inspiration for the work of God through spiritual empowerment and knowledge acquired from the reading of religious literature to manage challenges that come with doing the kingdom business.
To lead people is not something that is easy. You have all of them, but you need a big heart to contend with them. Yeah. Some of them to need to be transformed. You go use your platform to transform them from goats to become sheep. They can be wolves, they can become sheep. But yes, you won't get 100%. I read the book, it was very powerful. 80-20. The 80-20 is talking about you may have people 80% correct, but you need 20 to add into it to make 100%. So in life, you may have the bad ones, but he told me that the book, when I read the book said there was a businessman who wrote it in America, one of the billionaires. The challenge he went through his business when he started, began the business little. People that he employed, they give him headache, so many things, but because he has patience and content with whatever comes, he could manage to get about 80% who are very genuine, and the 20 has so many problems. But the 20, when he deducted from the 80, the percentage is huge. So always the 80 cover, it take over the 20. So they couldn't stop his business. The business is so strong. So when I read that book, it challenged my faith.
With 33 years in ministry, he has a lot of experience from serving the Church of Pentecost for 14 years, from age 17 as an evangelist, and 19 years of being on his own in ministry since 2002 till date. At age 50, God has endowed him with both spiritual and physical blessings and has attained a lot of laurels. He has acquired a 22-acre plot of land earmarked to build a 5,000-seating capacity church complex that will include offices, but presently oversees 5 branch ministries to the glory of God. He has also contributed to the welfare of society through the provision of free health screening, water reservoir to the Tema General Hospital, refurbishment of Ghana Ambulance Service new office, and donation of dual decks to Tema Newtown Community School, as well as support to the Cerebral Palsy Foundation at Dansoman, among others.
Centered on your grace at all. You have been my doctor on that sick bed. By centered on your grace at all. You have been my doctor on that sick bed. By your stripes, I am
healed. These services have won him the admiration and honor of the community. He is a recipient of the Tema Excellence Awards, Noble International Awards for West Africa, and also a Fellowship Mentorship Award from the seasoned Idahosa University in Nigeria. Additionally, he has received Honorary Board of Diamond Executive Elder and Exclusive Elder Awards and position from the Maurice Cerullo World Evangelism School of Ministry, just to mention but a few. Apostle Ernest Adeti's vision and life after 50 is to begin mentorship programs and School of Ministry to impact into the next generation. His utmost desire is to build a magnificent chapel edifice to the glory of God as a legacy.
The main focus now is to build a main church here, main auditorium. If I finish that one, I think I can still go more further to expand ourselves more. Now that's my main focus now. To build a church auditorium, a new auditorium, big, heavy one. Then I can start planning to expand ourselves to other places.
Apostle Ernest Adeti has been instrumental and touched many lives comprising younger and older generations. Some of these personalities gave testimonies of impartation and deliverance in their messages to wish Apostle Noble Ernest Adeti a happy birthday as he develops and grows in grace.
Since the one that I came into contact with you, it's been a great blessing. Spiritually, physically, you've been there for us, and sometimes it amazes me the control you have over the things of God. I mean, you are so organized, and when it comes to deliverance ministry, wow, it's amazing. By the grace of God, I've had the opportunity to be in your meetings, and the demonstration of the Word of God, the power of God has been amazing. In fact, your ministry has been a dynamic one. It's a proven ministry, and we always believe that we too are partakers of it, of that glory that God is always bringing upon your life. Now today being your special birthday, your 50th birthday, in fact, a lot of people say you don't like it. Well, it is because of the grace of God upon your life. And today, from myself, my wife Lady Joy, and the children, we say we thank God for your beautiful life, and we say happy beautiful birthday.
One thing about Apostle Ernest that people don't know is that he loves God. And it doesn't matter what you talk about him, he's a humble man. And I'm also a humble person, and I love God. And when I look at that piece of that thing in him, that he loves God, it just strikes the core inside me that there's something in this man that we can help him. Then the third one that makes me really to click into him is he loves God's people. The ministry God gives to us is deliverance, and I hate to see God's people suffering. The first time I came here, I saw people that don't have houses, and this man has given them accommodation. I saw people sleeping in his house, not the church, his own house. That's the thing that struck me. There are certain people, they are important people now. They were all sleeping in his sitting room. Great men. Some of them are ministers now. Some of them are governmental ministers now. I don't want to mention their name. Some of them are businessmen now. They are all sleeping. They were all sleeping in a sitting room. His wife has to cook and give it to him. And that is who I am. I like to feed people. I like to help people. And that's why I make my relationship that every year I come here and I come here and I come here and I come here. And the secret that he don't know is the respect that he had for me. You know, we know that if you don't honor somebody, he can't come to you like that. But he honor me, he respect me, and I do also. Apostle Ernest, I respect you. All the seed he has sown from the time of his ministry up to now, this is the time for harvest. So we are expecting more than what we have seen. The special message I want to send to him is that Apostle Ernest, don't change. Because many people, when the blessings are coming, they change. And I know for sure you are going to humble yourself more. You are going to honor people more. You are going to respect people more.
The first time that he came, the place that we were worshiping is like this place. Very small place. And they were using that place for so many activities. And he prophesied, he said, next time that I come, we will not worship here anymore. We will find a place. So when he went back to Ghana, not up to 4 weeks, we get a new place. Then when we got a new place also, we got there, when he came, also it's like that area, people were disturbing us, they were calling police, and he prophesied again that before I come, you are not going to stay in this place again. So when he left, not up to 3 days, or let me say 1 week, the Lord gave us a bigger race, I can say. the whole Sabroken or the whole Starland, our ministry is the biggest ministry and have the biggest place. Our prayer and our expectation that you will remain strong as Moses was.
I and my wife and my 2 children, myself, my wife Frida, and Apostle Adeti, and then I stand in for the entire family, his brothers and sisters. We want to wish him a very, very happy 50th anniversary. And we know that where God is taking him, because Jeremiah chapter 1, when we're reading, talking about saying, when I knew you, when you were a clot in your mother's womb, and I made mention of your name, and I ordained you a prophet to the nation. So to the nation, not only to the family. So he has to go far. Our prayer is that he will go far than he has reached now.
Or you will be a Wahabrasi, or Tonipa, or Buanipa, or Dreamipa, or whatever. I feel so I am no quaffo, and on a yamede. It's a wood by no one to me, Yanima Basabasa. Now, open and so Anima Basa, so a war also to jump. Yes, and on a mammy to me say, Papa, imagine not to preoccupy come. Say Paul say we have many teachers, but we don't have many fathers. Therefore, Daddy, Apostle, the noble Apostle Ernest Adeti is the only unique man I have come across, and I don't think say nothing will separate the relationship because he's a good man. He did in 50 years Golden Jubilee birthday celebration. You know, Kana Ministries, an international ministry, a ministry Nyame Eshira Asafano. Na se obia me ye crusader na me ye church planter no mani beje se ne mahu ni se wa hyase a oye dada no me de nkuranhye bema no na masre se ne a ohye maburu no nkura impa generation yi bitu no nkura no enkoso
with my kase oye menia osai me papa o ministry na oyobia na kwase me oye serious e kan serious pa seriousness onye ene oyi udi fo na just number 1 osai discipline pa bosa kwa so na menene nante kakra no ade ba kwa masa hunu awo me hono se odi BBC na so se obeya bibia no be stop nya great as say oyi BBC ya bibia no a stop. Let us be more prayerful, very prayerful, because you come as na your prayer group in na a bonfire na edu say ko bonfire na ya shese bi enumri say ba ko bonfire na ya wadwen say onko ba onto wase because me be grand but you should be good so by force say me so me enko bonfire. By then I was the prayer leader, but the way no so eboa me sua do ye free nche. Number 2 waboa me bibiri pa honhom fam ne honam fam. In those days I me ba bi okra sika fam am nam so boa me and was that fam no boa me say owa koma ne tema me nipa because me ba nye say dwumadi na nyame nam so be ye ne ntino o mahwa ho ama bibi no atimi efini butum aboa me sa kwan. Those days na am fan so boa me no aboa me pa pija mi si baby kama. They may expect it after 50 years, you know, enlargement, and then speed, and then more impartation. So, maybe my father so now will impact more grace to other people. Yeah, we show happy birthday. Many many name abusi say onyame enjira what boy many many auntie. Yeah, we show happy birthday.
Oh my so almost 3 say. Nanso benu be mante omonya adwen ba ko ana se monya adwen ba pa wuntumi da edwuma na edin enti no asemi a oba no ese mitumi nya nto boase eni ya kan say bibie mu na ese nya nto boase. For instance ye papa yo bia programs ne nema hardly so be hu no ofie unya no ofie da. Now only na adwin anye ba ko a de bi obebe bia fire oja de fie but me oba no ese me to me calm down bibie mu no na me de empaibo etai na ji because ejuma we no emu o fere say bi aba say woni wo kunu nya nkita ho ana bibi enye say nkomo mu e bi a o fere say bi aba say odi ni ye bibi ni pe yi ni wo be share sorry down one e bi a Friday anopa to me so mba sorry down o friend just a big crowd that friend of bra na enye easy o we tu kwan o pese woni wo kunu bon komo ba ne nemu no unya da ya me when say ye fie no unya 30 years ube na oba ma bra bo mu no me hu say nema bebre ube pa 30 ube pa 40 na wo ko enye easy sa na me hu bibi woni mu Inti no deliverance ni niema oni if me deliverance me ni ma dia eye deliverance na me kwa sorry metumi aka say ye wo church goers wo ho because na me kwa sorry by sorry there no and when say 31st me sua on the 1st of Marine Christian what's na ko to mu biem what me hu no me hu so bet san ma bra bo man enam obi so na obi hu obi nti dia na kan ni se me de kan de na asema otwedi anko na na se to so be me de mano wa ya ade ye de ekunu tu nchen kura o sa ye me difo o ye me mentor o ye me teacher o ye ma de nyina de me kan ni se onyankopon ma ne more grace onyankopon tu ni nkwem onyankopon ma hontina ho ma ye nyina I really appreciate him and I love him so much.
With my colleagues, pastors here, Daddy, we wish you a blessed, golden jubilee. Amen.
When